Hey everybody, welcome back. So today I am 36 and 5 days, 36 and 5 days pregnant. Just to give you a little bit of an update, I'm going in for my 37-week appointment in like 4 days or so, but I figured let's do this one and then I'll update you after that one if there's anything to update on. But I went in for my 36 appointment a few days ago, 4 days ago, 5 days ago, whatever the hell. And I am 50% effaced, 0% dilated though, so no dilation. I am like, she said it's the feeling of the cervix goes from like nose to chin to lips as you progress. So mine's currently like at the chin stage. And she basically told me that when I come in for my 38-week appointment, I could either be induced that day, like go directly from my appointment to the hospital, which I'm not looking forward to, or depending on cervical ripeness, they will schedule me for the end of that week, for, the weekend or whatever, Friday or so. Which I feel like I would be a little bit more okay with because I will then be closer to 39 weeks at that point. But also like, I just kind of want to have a little bit longer because I am getting quite nervous, about the whole everything. A few weeks ago, I think I did an update and I was like, oh, I'm perfectly okay with like, the bringing him home part. I'm just nervous about the birth. And now I'm kind of like, let's not and say we did about the whole thing. I am nervous about every single little aspect of it. And, I'm kind of freaking out. Just a teensy bit. Whew. So, I have been having a little bit of like, I'm not sure if it's contractions, because honestly, like, I feel like I have a little bit of a higher pain tolerance. So what very well could be contractions could just be I don't know, something else. I don't know. Maybe it's constipation or maybe it's, just him like moving in a weird way or something down there. But I notice it more in the mornings. So if you guys have been pregnant, did you have like kind of Braxton Hicks type contractions more in the morning? Or were they just kind of like random? Now, I have heard that if you move or change position, they do go away if they're Braxton Hicks type contractions. Mine, I feel like they go away, but not super quickly. Like, oftentimes it happens whenever I'm standing and I'll feel this like kind of tightening, and it is more up toward the top of my uterus. And I would describe it as just like mild discomfort. But I guess if you had a lower like pain tolerance, then it might be like, okay, that hurts a little bit. But I don't think it's bad at all. I would say that it feels kind of like a moderate period cramp. But having said that, I like almost never get period cramps. So I don't even really remember what they feel like that much. But I feel like I'm having a little bit of something like that. But it never lasts for more than like a couple minutes. And then usually the rest of the day, I don't really have it. So it's more in the morning times. And it's, I'm kind of telling myself it's not a contraction. And the other day my husband was telling me, he's like, oh, you need to pack your hospital bag. And I was like, yeah, I know. I kind of been just putting it off because I feel like if I never pack my hospital bag, then I'll never have to use it, which is crazy because one way or another we're going in there. But I really need to do that today, but don't wanna. I also the other day was getting ready the diaper caddies because I bought one for upstairs, one for downstairs. just so that we could have like 2 stations. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get these all prepared. And I literally put in like a few diapers. I put in a diaper cream and I put in like a packet of wipes in each one. And then I was like, what the hell else goes in here? Because they're both like 70% empty other than those things. And I have no idea what I'm supposed to even put in there. What do you put in there? What goes in there? I mean, do you need anything else? It seems weird. Like, what else would I put in there? So let me know if there's something else I should be putting in there. I kind of, I'm a little bit, I'm in this like weird world where I'm like, what baby? Like, this isn't happening, because it doesn't quite feel real. I think it will feel real whenever I'm shoving a giant head out of my but other than that, I'm not sure when it's going to feel real. But there's that. I did get all of the clothes and bedding and blankets and blah, 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 blah. Got all that washed. I feel like, didn't I order something? I ordered something. Can't remember what I ordered, but I got that in, whatever it was. And I also got my diapers for myself in. And I tried them on, and it really feels like wearing a diaper, and it's horrifying. I hope that I don't have to wear them that long. And what else? I don't know. I guess the Sunday before my 38-week appointment, we're gonna like, get the bedding on the crib and all that, and hopefully have everything kind of set up and ready just in case he does come that next day or whatever. I am just not ready because we have basically like a week and a half or 2 weeks from today. So, somewhere around there, he's going to come, and I'm a little bit like, that should be interesting. It has been like, the doctor asked me like, oh, how's the pregnancy been for you and stuff? And I was like, honestly, sometimes I forget that I'm pregnant because, even sitting here right now, I think he's asleep. He's not really moving around. He was moving around a ton like an hour ago. Oh, there he goes. He's moving now. You heard me talking about him. But honestly, a lot of the times I forget that I'm even pregnant because since I was already heavier, it's not like I don't feel like I'm carrying a bunch of extra weight. I think I'm up to like maybe 12, 13 pounds now that I've gained, which isn't a whole lot in the overall scheme of things. So I feel like because I don't have this like tiny petite body that I've added like 50 pounds to, it doesn't really register with me as like a major difference. But other times he moves around a lot, and you can definitely not ignore the fact that there is some form of alien life in there. But other than that, it's been good. My lab results continue to come back completely clean, even though they continue to do labs every single week because of the high blood pressure, which, get this is hilarious. I've talked about this extensively before, but I went for my NST the other day at the hospital. Blood pressure was beautiful, perfectly fine, quite low, and immediately went from the hospital to my doctor's appointment. It's literally across the street. You can walk it in 3 minutes. And of course we drove, so we were there in like 1 minute. Went in for my doctor's appointment, and they measured my blood pressure, and it was 35 points higher than the hospital. And I was like, you do realize that that's totally messed up and not accurate, right? And she's like, yeah, I get that it's always higher here than at the hospital. And I was like, yeah, well, my machine at home also matched the hospital, so it's higher here than at the hospital and than at home, which I'm monitoring twice a day. So one of these things is not like the others. But whatever. They want to keep measuring me with the wrong size cuff. They're going to do it, whatever. All that matters to me, honestly, is that I know that my measurements are accurate, and I know that the hospital's measurements are accurate. And they can be idiots if they want to be. But everything is good with that. And we actually just had another NST yesterday because they had me going twice a week for my non-existent high blood pressure. Honestly, I think it's just a cash grab, but okay. Don't have anything better to do, so we'll go. Dude, he was moving around so much that we were both going insane because the monitor was turned up so loud. Like the nurse forgot to turn it down to a lower level, and it sounded like a herd of stallions parading through the labor and delivery ward, and it was so annoying. Like we both had a headache by the time we were done, and he was just like flipping and flopping and going all over the place, and it was rough. I was so done with it by the time that we got out of there. But another thing that has, I feel like the only thing that has sucked during this whole pregnancy thing is that we have had, well, first I'll say, because of the way that certain people have made things difficult for us, I've had a lot of anxiety, and I definitely had a few panic attacks, which I've never had before. So that was really fun. And I kind of like, I get kind of overwhelmed feeling whenever I have to like respond back to people. Like if I get text messages from like people that we know, I will just not respond because I'm just kind of like, I don't want to get into a long conversation with you. I just can't handle it right now. I have a friend that I need to respond to today. Oh, I'm going to do that by the time that you're seeing this. I will have responded to you, but I have left that poor girl on unread for quite some time because I just, it is so much to like think about having to have a long conversation with somebody that I can't fathom it. Even sometimes whenever I get YouTube comments, I'm just kind of like, oh my God, like I can't respond right now. So sometimes if I go a day before I respond to you, just know it's not that I'm busy. It's just that I'm just having a moment and I just can't fathom having to like actually speak to somebody at that moment. And that's terrible. But that's how I'm feeling. But I will say that it has gotten better. It was really, really bad back in like fall because the people that we were having an issue with being extremely shady and kind of manipulative and stuff, it was kind of at its peak at that point. And then it came to a head, and now things are a lot less stressful in regard to that situation because I no longer have to deal with those people. But at the same time, it put stress on other areas because now, you know, we have to find other arrangements for things. And I'm just kind of like, can I just go off to an island and live like the Blue Lagoon so that I don't have to deal with anybody anymore? So there's that, you know, and just to put a really fine point on it, what we were told by people that honestly should be at the top of the list of people that should be really thrilled with the fact that there's a baby on the way, aside from my husband and I, obviously, we're the most excited. But the next in line for that list told my husband, not me, which would have made more sense to tell me given the status, but told my husband that it was not in God's plan that they have a relationship with our child. And I was like, oh, okay. Today is a good day to disown somebody. So that was a very stressful few months of dealing with like this gaslighting and manipulation and stuff. And after that, it was just like, okay, cool. Wow. I can breathe now because you proved me right. I knew it was going to happen, and it happened. And peace the F out. But, you know, it's like, I still have these like feelings of like, ooh, you know, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? So it sucks. And I really love that these people put a pregnant woman in that situation of having to worry about things like this. There is a special, special place for you that's real hot and fiery, okay? But we will get through this. We will be fine. So that has been the one really tacky, crappy thing that I've been dealing with this pregnancy. But luckily, other people are more than happy to have a relationship with him. So that's that. And the rest of them can F off. But I need to like, man, I wish I could have a drink right now. That sounds terrible. Of course I'm not going to have a drink, but wow, if I wasn't pregnant, this would be the time to have a drink. Of course, if I wasn't pregnant, I wouldn't be like freaking out. But that's where I'm at right now. I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling nervous. I'm feeling freaked the F out. But mostly I'm feeling really excited and nervous. I'm not ready for the birthing experience. But you know what? Now that I've been talking, like, I feel like I am excited about the bringing him home part again. See, I go in like waves, you know? It's like 1 minute I'm like, ooh, I don't know if we can do this. Like, it's so much different than bringing home like a dog. But at the same time, I'm like, I watch other like mom vloggers and it seems like it just comes natural. There's just like well, I'll say this, it comes natural for some people. Some people don't know how to be mothers. Other people do, apparently. So hopefully for me, that switch turns on and I just like swim right along into it. But definitely nervous. But other than that, like I'm feeling good about it. I'm also kind of like, ooh, 2 weeks is not long enough. Can we like delay this for like another 5 months? So that's how I'm feeling. I feel like I've rambled a lot, but just to get it all out there, you know, like, because I feel like a lot of times in these videos, I'm very flippant about things. Like I don't take a lot of things very seriously. I kind of am just like, take it as it comes. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But behind the scenes, better believe I freak out about a lot of things. And, you know, having the extra stress from outside individuals didn't help. But I also put a lot of stress on myself too. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope that you enjoyed this really rambling TED Talk. Thank you for attending. AKA, probably reasons why you should never have a kid, because you will end up this kind of crazy. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.